Hello students, in this video we're going to learn about how to write the equation of a line when we're given 2 points. So we need two different formulas this time. We need to know our slope formula, which is m equals y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. We have had practice with this formula within this unit. We also need to understand the slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. If we understand these two formulas, we're going to merge them together, and our goal is to write an equation of 2 points in the slope-intercept format. So here's some steps to get us there. Step 1, we're going to find the slope. To find the slope of 2 points, we're going to use the slope formula. Once we finish that piece of the equation, that will be our m in the slope-intercept form. Step 2, use one of the points to plug in the values of x and y. We just finished a lesson about how to write the equation of the line when given a slope and a point. Let me show you one of those problems. Here, we're given a random point on the line as well as the slope. And we've practiced how to solve and plug in and solve. So we'll be doing something very similar in this problem. We'll solve for b, and then we'll write up our final equation. Let's get started. Step 1, we need to find the slope. So I'm going to use the slope formula. y1 is 7 minus y2 of negative 1. x1 is negative 3 minus x2, which is positive 1. Little arithmetic. 7 minus negative 1 is 8. Negative 3 minus 1 is negative 4. And when I simplify this fraction, I will get a slope of negative 2. I'm going to use the first point as the x and the y in the y equals mx plus b equation. That means 7 will be plugged in for y, negative 2 will be the m, negative 3 will be the x, and I'm back to solving for b. If it helps you to make a list of all the variables, feel free to do that so that you know what you're plugging into which spot on the equation. Negative 2 times negative 3 is 6. And to solve for b, I'll have to subtract 6 from both sides, which will give me a 1 as the b value. So now to write up the equation of the line. Remember, your very first step was to solve for m, which is negative 2, and we just finished solving for b, which is positive 1. So to write the equation of the line, my answer will be y equals negative 2x plus 1. All right, so that's a 4-step process. It's going to take some practice. Let's try number 2. My first step is to solve for the slope. To do that, I'll use this slope formula, y1 minus y2, which would be negative 7 minus negative 4 over x1 minus x2, so negative 6 minus positive 3. Time for some arithmetic. Negative 7 minus negative 4. This double negative here in the middle, you could change to plus a positive. So you've got negative 7 plus 4, which is negative 3. And then negative 6 minus 3 is negative 9. Negative 3 over negative 9 reduces to 1/3. I'm going to use the first point as the x and the y in the y equals mx plus b equation. There's no rule that says you have to use the first point. You could certainly use the second point if you would like to. We would get the same answer. So I'm going to put a negative 7 into the y spot. I've got a 1/3 as the slope. A negative 6 is the x, and I am solving for b. A third of negative 6 is negative 2. To solve for b, I would add 2 to both sides, which means my y-intercept is negative 5. My slope is 1/3. The y-intercept is negative 5. Put it all together. The equation of this line is y equals 1/3 x minus 5. Use your steps to help you through these problems. There's a lot to do. Another idea is that you could take these 2 points, graph them on a Cartesian plane, connect the dots, count out the slope, and count out the y-intercept. That's an alternative plan. This is your algebraic approach. So keep practicing. Happy studying.